Good evening. I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. More and more, we're hearing more about identity theft. And my guest today is William Yates from Harvard Risk Management. And he's going to tell us a little bit more how we can protect ourselves from such crimes. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about identity theft and why is it one of the fastest crimes today?
Sure. Identity theft, according to the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is the fastest white-collar crime growing today, and it has been this way for the past 11 years. The reason for this is because identity theft is such a lucrative crime, white-collar crime, for most organizations, and a lot of your white-collar crime organizations, or figureheads, if you will, are outside the country. So for a person like you and I, they're very difficult to touch. In fact, the latest report from the FTC has also given us some information to let us know that the cartels are now in the business of identity theft. And the reasons for that is that identity theft is more lucrative than moving drugs right now for them, and a whole lot less risky.
Wow. And a lot of people are not aware of that.
A lot of people are not aware of that. Most people think identity theft is getting hold of your credit card, getting access to my bank account, and some people will say, well, my credit is so bad, I hope someone gets hold of my credit account so that maybe I'll have a better credit score or something like that. In fact, that's about 17% of what identity theft is. In actuality, you also have driver's license identity theft. You have one of the biggest areas of identity theft, which is medical identity theft, where someone is going in as you, accessing your medical records, or going in as you and developing medical records. You also have Social Security identity theft, driver's license identity theft, and the largest growing area in identity theft right now is child identity theft. We do a lot of education on this to let people know about children's identity theft because, as you probably know, most children cannot leave the hospital when children are born now without a Social Security card. And criminals and identity thieves know this. And what they're doing and what they're banking on is that a child they get the children's identity, and they have 18 years to do whatever they want, to develop whatever accounts they want, and no one's going to know this, and no one's going to catch them.
So how do people stop this? How do they find out that their identity has been stolen, and then how do they stop it?
Well, when it comes to financial identity theft, that's what credit card identity theft is. You may find out something is happening. You may get notified by your bank, credit card company, could be looking at your credit report and see some activity. You may or may not find out that way. But when it comes to Social Security identity theft, medical identity theft, driver's license identity theft, or just taking your identity and becoming you, which we call criminal identity theft, you will not know that unless something bad happens to you.
And some people, when the bad thing happens, it really is bad.
It is really bad. For example, think of yourself right now in your office, working with whomever you work with, and your manager has access to everything on you: your Social Security number, your driver's license, your name, your address, your family, if you have a family. And let's say that that person may not be the greatest person in the world, and what you don't know is they have 3 DUIs, maybe driving on a suspended driver's license. So they have made a driver's license, which is very easy to do, in your name, simply by taking your information and putting their picture on it. And let's say they're stopped by the police. Whose driver's license do you think they're going to give that officer when they get stopped? Theirs or yours? It'll be yours, because they're driving on a suspended license, or they've got a DUI, or whatever reason. Now, you're driving along fat, dumb, and happy. Nothing's going to happen to you, but you don't know what's going on with your driver's license. And let's say you're driving just a little bit over the speed limit on Salem, as some of us do, and Dayton's finest comes and pulls you over, And when they run your license or run your identification, as they will do before they come to the car, they find out there's a warrant for your arrest. Well, how did that happen? Well, let's go back to the original scenario. Someone is stopped with your driver's license, your information, they get a ticket. Are they going to pay that ticket? Of course not. So what happens after that when they don't pay the ticket? A bench warrant is issued for your arrest. So when you get stopped, the officer sees a bench warrant issued for your arrest, then they're going to say, please step out of the car, and you're going to say, what's going on, what did I do? And they're going to say, well, there's a bench warrant issued for your arrest. And you're going to say, impossible, I can't have a bench warrant issued, I haven't done anything. Well, he's going to look and say, is this your name? Yes, it is. Is this your address? Yes, it is. Is this your driver's license? Yes, it is. Is this your social security number? Yes, it is, but that's not me. What are you going to hear next? Get in the back of the car, wash your head.
So that's why I might not be around for the move.
I'm getting worried about the mortgage contract.
Don't worry, Legal Shield's on it.
Hey guys, found a few mistakes in your loan. You'll definitely save some money.
Wow.
Hey, no sweat.
For less than $20 a month, you can talk to a top-quality law firm in your state about whatever you want, whenever you want. No limits, no surprises. Legal Shield. Worry less and live more.
Allure Salon and Spa for all your beauty needs. Located at 2811 Philadelphia Drive. We specialize in hair, nails, makeup, scalp laser therapy, and much more. Also, check out our discounts for new clients and be sure to ask about our paper parties, spa packages, and bridal services. For royalty service at its best, call Allure Salon and Spa today at 937-274-1600. Look us up on Facebook and check us out.
Dugan's Pawn Shop offers a large selection of solid gold jewelry. The price of gold is at an all-time high. Turn your unwanted gold and silver items into cash today. We have a very large selection of PS2 and Xbox game discs, tools, musical instruments, and movies. We are currently buying and loaning cash on items of value. All transactions are fast and confidential. Dugan's Pawn Shop, serving the Miami Valley for over 30 years. Clark Carryout, located at 727 West 3rd Street in downtown Dayton. We offer lottery, snacks, cold drinks, and coffee. We also carry hats, thermalware, shirts, sunglasses, phone chargers, ice, and propane. Open daily 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, call 937-281-1797. That's 937-281-1797. Clark Carryout, just minutes from I-75.
If you care enough about a piece of artwork or a keepsake to have it professionally framed, we care enough to frame it for you with Art Care archival products. At Patterson Chase, we provide proper framing materials that create a protective environment for all your artwork treasures. Our knowledgeable sales staff, along with our professional framing craftsmen, look forward to making Patterson Chase your favorite place to visit for quality custom framing, art glass, and fine art materials. Stop by our showroom at 460 Patterson Road near Schroyer Road, or call us at 293-8766.
Come see Prosperity Pawn and Loan at 5460 Brandt Pike in Huber Heights. Family owned and operated since 2008. Come to buy, sell, or for a loan. We buy and loan on gold and silver in any condition, coins, firearms, game systems, quality tools, up-to-date electronics, and musical instruments. We also offer $20 firearm transfers. Mention you saw our advertisement and get 10% off our already low prices.
Somebody took it away from me in the blink of an eye. In less than a month, this woman destroyed what I had worked for 15 years.
Identity theft. It happens when your personal information is stolen and used without your knowledge. It's a serious crime that can cost you time and money, ruin your credit, and destroy your good name.
How can a person prevent from being a victim of identity theft?
It's very, very difficult to prevent being a victim of identity theft. You can mitigate it, but you can't prevent it. Now, the question is, why can you not prevent being a victim? Well, the answer is very simple. There are several databases out there that has your information. A lot of people say, I'm very careful, I shred my documents, I make sure that no one gets my driver's license, I make sure that no one's in my mailbox, which, by the way, we do have a class that we teach on this, and we give out helpful tips and hints as to how you can mitigate it. But it's impossible to stop it, because why? Your information's out there already. You have military databases if you've ever been in the military. If you've ever been born, which most of us have, your information's out there in the medical world. You have a medical database. You have a driver's license database. If you've been to college, if you've been to school, you have a database out there with your information out there. There's approximately 32 to 40 different databases out there with your information already there. So it's impossible to stop identity theft because your information is there. In fact, we're running out of people, live people, to get information from. So what the identity theft thieves are now doing is they're getting information from people that have deceased. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, has reported that there are roughly 460,000 dead people every year.
Wow.
That's having some sort of account or some sort of activity on them.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And the bad thing about identity theft is what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about child identity theft. Children are 50 times more likely than you and I to get hit with identity theft. Again, why? They have to have a social security number when they're born and leave the hospital.
And that's awful because they start out in life with so much against them. You know, if they have, credit card debt and warrants against them, that aren't even theirs.
Exactly.
So what are some of the steps people can take? I know you're with Harvard Risk Management, and I understand your company has several programs to assist people from being a victim of these problems. So tell us a little bit about those programs that you have.
Sure. What I would like to do first is talk about some of the programs that are out there to help people and distinguish between them. Now, you have monitoring, which sometimes your credit union, your bank, your credit card company, things like that, will provide monitoring to let you know if something happens to you. But again, that's 17% of the time, which is only dealing with credit. They can't monitor your driver's license. They can't monitor your social security number. They can't monitor your medical records, things like that. And incidentally, mail fraud is up, by the way, 27%. A lot of the identity thieves are getting your mail. And just so that you know, unless you're always watching, anyone can put in a change of address on you and have your mail coming to some other address, and you won't know for 30, 60 days. Well, that's plenty of time for someone to get the information on you. So let's go back to some of the types of protections that's out there. We just talked about monitoring, for example. There's also restoration. Now, the restoration we're going to talk about last because I want to talk about reimbursement first. Reimbursement is when a company will say, if something happens to you, we're going to reimburse the cost of what you have to do to take yourself back to where you were before something happened. Now, that's okay, and that's good to have that, but the fact is, when something happens to you, when your identity is stolen, it takes on average 600 hours for you to work on that problem and get yourself back to where you were. So while reimbursement is okay, you have to ask yourself, do you have 600 hours to work on this? My personal experience is when I was in the military, I had my identity stolen when I was overseas. I came back after being out of country for 5 years and found out that I couldn't buy a house for my family, I couldn't turn on a light, I couldn't get any type of credit, I couldn't do anything. And I worked diligently trying to clean it up. And after 9 months, I was still having problems with trying to get my identity back to where it should be.
How long did it take you?
It took me 9 months of my trying, but when I came on board with Harvard Risk Management, that crew got together and with a simple power of attorney, limited power of attorney, they stepped in for me on my behalf and took care of everything, and within 30 days, I was back to my normal self. I could go back living the lifestyle I was used to living. Now, Let's talk about restoration. That's the key thing when it comes to taking care of this type of problem. A lot of services, if you will provide monitoring for you. They'll provide information for you on what you need to do. Again, it's going to take you $600, but they will provide information on what you need to do. It's almost like saying, your house is on fire, you come home, the fire department notifies you that your house is on fire, and oh, by the way, there is a fire hydrant right down the street. I'm going to provide you with a wrench, and if you can find a hose and go hook up that hose to that fire hydrant, then you can put the fire out in your house.
Wow.
That's not what you want to hear.
No, it's not.
You want them to come in and put that fire out for you. That's what restoration is all about. And that's what Harvard Risk Management will do. They will come in, and with a limited power of attorney, they'll come on board with you or for you and take care of whatever the problem is, restore you back to where you were prior to the incident happening, and they spare no expense. However long it takes, however much it costs, they will do that, and you will not spend one penny out of your pocket to have this happen for you.
What is the cost to have them come in? What does it take, to sign up for this program?
This is like a membership program, and for as little as $9.95 a month, you become a member, and Krohn, who is the leading risk management company in the world, will be at your disposal. Now, a good thing about this is that a lot of people who know about financial identity theft say, you can have my identity because my finances aren't that good, or that credit report's not that great, or I have low scores, or whatever. There are services out there that if you give them $600, $1,000, they will help clean up your credit, and I use that term.
But some of those programs are, they may clean it up, but then it comes back, and then you put it back on. So it seems to me with this particular program that you suggest, that for $9.95 a month, you have, which is a lot cheaper than these other programs, which cost $500,
Right.
and that doesn't always fix the problem.
That is true. Yeah, let me explain a little bit as to what's going on with your credit reports when they step in for you. What happens is that they challenge every entry on there, and they can do that. When you challenge the entries, the credit bureaus by law have to remove those entries until they are verified, or until they find out maybe it's not your entry. Once that is completed, if they verify and say, yes, it is your entry, then it will show right back up on your credit report, and that's why you see that. With Harvard Risk Management, working with Krohn, what they will do is they will sign a certified credit counselor to you, and they will set up a plan for you, and they will work with you to increase your credit scores and to improve your credit. Now, some of those things are going to be on there, might not be yours, and if they aren't, they'll help you get rid of them. A lot of those things that are on there, if they're yours, by law they should be on there, and they will be on there. They will work with you to help improve your credit scores and help you.
So they will not only take off the erroneous information on the credit report, but they will also help you to repair your credit?
You can say it, you can put it that way.
Wow.
Exactly, to help repair your credit.
Wow.
and improve your credit score. That's their main goal, is to improve your credit score.
Wow.
And again, it doesn't cost anything for the member to do that.
Okay. There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.
So that's why I might not be around for the move.
I'm getting worried about the mortgage contract.
Don't worry, Legal Shield's on it.
Hey guys, found a few mistakes in your loan. You'll definitely save some money.
Wow.
Hey, no sweat.
For less than $20 a month, you can talk to a top quality law firm in your state about whatever you want, whenever you want. No limits, no surprises. Legal Shield. Worry less and live more.
Allure Salon and Spa for all your beauty needs. Located at 2811 Philadelphia Drive. We specialize in hair, nails, makeup, scalp laser therapy, and much more. Also, check out our discounts for new clients and be sure to ask about our paper parties, spa packages, and bridal services. For royalty service at its best, call Allure Salon and Spa today at 937-274-1600. Look us up on Facebook and check us out.
Pepito's Mexican Restaurant, located at 2412 Catalpa Drive, specializing in authentic Mexican cuisine. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Receive 50% off on second dinner. For carryout or reservation, call 937-277-1476. That's 937-277-1476. Pepito's, voted Dayton's best Mexican restaurant. Stop in and see us today. Huffy's Barbecues, selling their famous barbecue pulled pork, ribs, chicken, including their down-home meals such as pork chops, pan-fried chicken with collard greens and yams. They're now serving breakfast, chicken and waffles, salmon and grits, smothered rabbit and rice. Don't forget to try their fried green tomatoes.
After serving the community over the past 50 years, this is my mom and dad new legacy.
We are the new generation.
Hot Rods Auto Sales has moved to a bigger and better location. We are now located at 909 East Main Street in Eaton, Ohio. Come check us out. We deal in cars from the past. Street rods, antiques, muscle cars, and classics. Visit us at our website or stop in. We have around 100 cars to choose from. Open 6 days a week.
Quick Auto Parts, used auto parts at affordable prices. Fast hometown friendly service. Don't get lost in the corporate shuffle of the mega yards and prices in Dayton. Even the little guys are giant with Quick Parts, located at 206 Infirmary Road, Dayton. Cash in hand for junk cars, and we tow. Call 937-263-7055. That's 937-263-7055.
Good evening. Thanks for tuning us in. We're back with William Yates from Harvard Risk Management, and he's going to tell us further how we can protect ourselves from identity theft. Before we went to break, we were talking about, people, children losing their identity just when they were born because other people have taken their social security number and started to use it. And so how can people, the viewers out here, watching, how can they take the necessary steps to make sure that they do not become a victim of identity theft?
Okay, again, make sure that you have some sort of service, again, membership that will assist you in this. But the key to this is that if your children becomes a victim to identity theft, what you can do is freeze their credit with the credit bureaus, all three credit bureaus. Now, it's going to take a little bit of doing to do that because you have to access the record, and they don't make it easy to access the record. But if you access your children's record, you freeze their credit so nothing else can happen to them, and then you have a while to repair that. If you are a victim of identity theft, there's two things that you have to do. First is to make a police report at your local police station. Second is to forward that report and also make an incident at the Federal Trade Commission, who is tracking this right now. And third, be aware of what's going on. Things like the scanners that are now out that can scan your RFID chip and your credit card without you even knowing it and taking it out of your pocket.
It can scan your credit card without you knowing it?
Absolutely. And a lot
Wow.
of your driver's license now have the RFID chip in it. They can also get that information, so you want to be aware of that. If you have several credit cards, just take what you need. Leave everything else at home. Just take what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful about mailing things in your mailbox and putting a little flag up. That's a flag not only for the postman, but it's also a flag to let identity thieves know that there's something there for them. And lastly, know where you can get information. You can go to privacyrights.org. That's a database information center that has everything from all types of data breaches as well as all companies that have had data breaches with them. And again, of course, for more information, they can contact your show.
Yes, and for the viewers out there, give us a telephone number where they can get more information. What number would you suggest?
You can call 937-604-1606. and get more information on identity theft, how to protect yourself, what to do if it occurs to you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we can't let you leave without a little gift from the show. We have a box of Esther Price Fine Chocolates. It's Dayton's best. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.
Dugan's Pawn Shop offers a large selection of solid gold jewelry. The price of gold is at an all-time high. Turn your unwanted gold and silver items into cash today. We have a very large selection of PS2 and Xbox game discs, tools, musical instruments, and movies. We are currently buying and loaning cash on items of value. All transactions are fast and confidential. Dugan's Pawn Shop, serving the Miami Valley for over 30 years. Clark Carryout, located at 727 West 3rd Street in downtown Dayton. We offer lottery, snacks, cold drinks, and coffee. We also carry hats, thermalware, shirts, sunglasses, phone chargers, ice, and propane. Open daily 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, call 937-281-1797. That's 937-281-1797. Clark Carryout, just minutes from I-75. Come see Prosperity Pawn and Loan at 5460 Brandt Pike in Huber Heights. Family owned and operated since 2008. Come to buy, sell, or for a loan. We buy and loan on gold and silver in any condition, coins, firearms, game systems, quality tools, up-to-date electronics, and musical instruments. We also offer $20 firearm transfers. Mention you saw our advertisement and get 10% off our already low prices. Quick Auto Parts. Used auto parts at affordable prices. Fast hometown friendly service. Don't get lost in the corporate shuffle of the mega yards and prices in Dayton. Even the little guy's a giant with quick parts, located at 206 Infirmary Road, Dayton. Cash in hand for junk cars. And we tow. Call 937-263-7055. That's 937-263-7055.
We know that identity fraud in its various forms has affected 10 million people in any given year. And what that means in dollars is that it's a loss to businesses of about $50 billion. On top of that, victims of identity theft have spent $5 billion trying to undo this harm. Everyone needs to be conscious that identity theft is real.
When you get news that your identity has been potentially stolen, it's sort of this open-ended problem that has occurred, and you don't know what's going to come of it.
When someone realizes that they're a victim of identity theft, it's like getting a kick in the gut. You know, you feel paralyzed for a moment, but it's really essential for victims to move quickly and deliberately in starting to resolve the problems that arise from identity theft.
Defend against identity theft. Call the 3 credit reporting companies and place a fraud alert on your credit report. Then ask for the free credit report you're entitled to. Close any accounts that you suspect have been tampered with or opened fraudulently. Start by calling the security or fraud department of each company, follow up in writing, and include copies of supporting documents. File a police report. Contact the FTC. Your information also helps law enforcement officials across the country to track down and stop ID thieves.